Carl Barks Fan Club presents its European tour, honoring the artists, writers, editors, and publishers of Disney comic books in Europe who continue the Carl Barks style of comic art and storytelling. Awards of recognition, signed by Roy Disney, were presented to the many artists all over Europe who follow in the footsteps of the good duck artist, the legendary Carl Barks. Episode 7, The Ancestral Home of Scrooge McDuck, Glamis, Scotland. We head north out of Edinburgh on our way to Glamis, the castle Carl Barks used as a model for the ancestral home of Scrooge McDuck. Glamis is located in Angus, Scotland. We arrive at Glamis and are awestruck at the majesty of the place. Ed Bergen, president of the Carl Barks Fan Club, approaches the front door and is greeted by Jill Crawford, director of the Castle Museum. Jill recalls her own childhood and reading Carl Barks comic books.
So what we'll do is we'll go and just maybe have a lovely some coffee and that.
We enjoy a snack of tea and crumpets and are then led on a tour of the castle. Lord Strathmore, Queen Elizabeth's cousin, gave us permission to film inside the castle, something not normally allowed. The structure dates from the 17th century and is the home of the Earl of Strathmore. Glamis was the childhood home of Queen Elizabeth. The castle, as depicted by Barks, shows turrets and battlements, similar to the actual castle. Barks used Glamis as a model for the story The Old Castle Secret in 1948. That story was the second appearance of Scrooge McDuck. Uncle Scrooge had first appeared in 1947 in Christmas on Bear Mountain. Scrooge is barely recognizable. In The Old Castle Secret, the Uncle Scrooge character is more fully developed towards what he would become in the years following. The actual castle, like Barks' rendition, has walls lined with full-body armor. And the actual castle, like in Barks' story, has an actual haunted history. A tour guide tells the story of a secret room, hidden and holding the remains of a distant ancestor.
And with that, the devil stood up, and instead of closing the door, he sealed the wall forever. And if you come in here on a Saturday night at midnight and put your ear to the wall, you can still hear the sound of cards.
Very nice. Very nice. Well done.
Indeed, looking on from the outside, there is evidence of a hidden room sealed up hundreds of years ago.
Window there, which exists. And if you go to the left, you see the bars?
The bars.
That's the other window.
After the tour, Ed Bergen presents to Jill Crawford a certificate recognizing Glamis as a Carl Barks Disney Ducks World Site.
The fact that, they talk about in the story, they talk about the secret room as well.
Right, they do. You bet.
That's a big part for us.
You bet.
After a brief ceremony, we bid farewell to Glamis, ancestral home of Scrooge McDuck. This concludes the Carl Barks Fan Club European Tour YouTube series. Thank you for watching. Watch for the Carl Barks Fan Club North American Tour, Episode 1, Gladstone Publications, Prescott, Arizona.